Do you like conspiracies?
Only for their entertainment value?
Well, you've come to the right place.
Here we talk about the four-letter word, conspiracy.
And we also make jokes about them.
Welcome to What the Conspiracy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to WTC Conspiracy, where two guys talk about conspiracies, and it's just for a good time. Not because we believe it, but because it's a good time. We are also known as What the Conspiracy. With your co-host, I am Peaswad, and he is...
I'm Sleepy Weasel. I'll be the main host this week if you don't want to be co-host.
Perfect.
I mean, if you want to be co-host.
That's why I said we're co-hosts. Like, I'll run through the BS, but you're going to pretty much take the reins of today's episode, right?
Yeah, I did the research on it. You did your research too, right?
I did. I sure did. I mean, technically, I did try to do some research. However, this is a very interesting topic today. And today we're going to be talking about, this is episode 19, Dinosaurs Escaped to Space.
All the way to space. All
yep.
the way.
They did it.
Not halfway to space. Not a quarter way to space. Like, all the way to space.
There they are. Mm-hmm. They're there in space there. But before we get into that, let me just run through some housekeeping here. We are at WT Conspiracy on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, a.k.a. X, which is dumb to me, but okay, whatever. Get over yourself, Elon. WTConspiracy@gmail.com. Also, we have our videos up on YouTube every week that we do this. And
the YouTubes.
This is week number 3 that we've actually done this in a row. Can you believe that?
3. That's pretty good. That's a streak.
Oh, my God. It's a world record for us.
You know, that's a streak.
There in the beginning, we were going every week. We were doing great. But anyways, so we got to do our country shout out. And we have 2 returning countries. But I know that we have more. I just don't know where to find that information on here.
Yeah, me either.
Like... On the tubes of Ubes.
The YouTubes.
Yeah, like, where are they coming from? You know, like, okay, great, there's a bunch of stuff. Like, awesome, where's it from? But the countries that we have are the U.S. and France. So we've done something right to the, like, one person in all of France that's listening to us. So
that's a great job.
Go ahead, tell them, Sleepy, if you would, please tell them thank you in French.
I don't. How do you say thank you in French? I don't know how.
I have no idea either.
No.
I just love that you were just like...
I'm just like scouring my brain. Did I ever learn this information at any point in my life to be able to say hi in French? And it's a no. Jesus. It's a no. I don't have that in my brain.
It's cool, man. It's cool. I don't know it either. That's why it's like... Thank you in French from us to you. But of course, you'd have to be listening to us in English.
Right.
Because we don't have like a French dub or anything like that yet. Coming soon.
Yeah.
WT Conspiracy French dubs. ... Yep. But when I say soon, that could mean any time between now and...
accommodate one guy. Because
we're
really just...
Or girl. Or non-binary, or whatever, or whoever it is.
Whoever it may be.
They, thems, that's those.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, thank you again to the U.S. and France. And then, like I said, I know that there's people from other places who are... Oh, cities. What?
You got cities?
Sorry. Yeah, it says cities, but then it doesn't show any cities. So it's like...
I thought you just discovered cities were a thing. Cities? You just figured out
what do you mean,
those were.
Cities? So. But yeah. We've had a pretty good amount of listening going on YouTube, surprisingly. Like, I didn't expect YouTube to be doing better than the, 12 platforms of the other stuff. Of Spotify and
Music,
Google Play and...
wherever else you can get
Conspiracy Radio or whatever the hell it is. So, yeah, anyways. So let's do the catch-up on video games, show, life stuff, podcast, anything, really.
Okay.
What's up with you?
Over the last few days, I kind of quit playing Sea of Thieves. Kind of done with that
Good.
a little, but I think I've been on that for about a month. Usually,
Good.
that's about as long as I play that game. This is about a month before I go ahead and move on. I think I did start playing Chivalry again, so I've been playing that all week. I did try out the Black Ops 6 beta, and actually I was at because I'm not a big COD guy. It's not really my type of game, but the gunplay in this one feels pretty good in the beta, anyways. So, once it comes out, in October, if they keep that kind of the same, I could play that here and there. I won't main it or anything, but I could at least see myself playing it a little bit and giving it a try. And then, what other games? I don't know if Peas. I've got the Don't Starve Together itch. I was telling Brittany about it. I'm probably going to be there sooner rather than later.
Woo-wee-wee.
Just so you know. And then obviously we've been playing college football in our league, so we've been doing that.
Where we started a new season with 3 of us.
We did.
You, me, and my brother Train.
Rip to that fourth member.
Yeah.
Who decided they were tired of playing the game. So.
Yeah, the fourth member that we had was like, I'm not playing anymore, pretty much. And it was like,
I'm burnt out. I was like, okay.
Okay, I guess we're starting a 3-man season.
We'll start another one.
But we've been playing that. We almost got through a full season already.
Yeah, pretty close. And then as far as shows go, I really didn't. Obviously, I throw Trailer Park Boys on in the background just to aggravate. I did watch some Letterkenny this weekend, so that's a good show.
Yeah, you've seen that before.
Yeah, I am a big fan of Canadian shows. They really get my sense of humor.
You love Canadian.
And then I watched a lot of Great British Baking Show yesterday, so that was good.
Oh,
I don't know if you like that.
It's a great show, though.
I just watched them make food that I have never heard of in my life, at all. Like, I have no idea. Like, make XYZ, and I was like, I know what one of those is.
I've heard of X, but what the hell is Y and Z?
Yeah, exactly. So, it was Labor Day weekend, so I spent some time outside. Hung out with the family, had a couple friends over. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of a regular weekend, kind of a little bit outside, and then a little bit of a lot of video games, and I'm looking forward to it because where I live is hot. It's pretty warm, so I think I have to mow my yard maybe 2 or 3 more times, and then my grass should go dormant, and then I'll have to do it again.
Hell yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that because I'm tired of summer and I'm ready for fall. So
I am 100% with that.
Yeah. So, but what have you been doing? You watch anything good?
I have a problem with. I'm trying very hard to keep caught up with AEW wrestling, and for some reason, everything else is like, oh, I need to watch that. Oh, I need to watch that. Maybe I should watch some of this. And it's like, so I'm only a week behind, so it's not bad. But there's a pay-per-view also, which is 4 hours, and it's like,
that's a long time. That's a big time commitment.
It sure is. And then I restarted Loki, the series.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen that one.
Oh my god. Weird. I yawned twice already. I haven't yawned at all.
You made me yawn. Goodness.
Oh.
That's it, folks. These guys have to go to bed.
Yeah, these old men need to go to sleep. God. But yeah, I've been watching. I restarted Loki because the first season was really good, and I've heard really good things about the second season also. So it made me go like, oh, I should rewatch the first season and then watch the second season, and then everything will actually click instead of me going like, oh wait, was that guy the one with the haircut? Because you don't know what's going on anymore. And
there's so many guys with haircuts. They're hard to keep track of.
It's unbelievable the amount of guys with haircuts. It's so crazy. So yeah, I've been watching that. I restarted X-Men, the series, the animated series also, because I'm going to watch the new X-Men 97 series, but I want to watch, I think it's already out.
Oh, is it? I don't know. I didn't.
I think at least one season's out already.
There you go. That's good.
Why am I the way that I am? Let's record a podcast.
So much. It's over.
I don't understand. I don't yawn any time other than like, let's do a podcast, and I start to yawn. Like, what? Is that a bad sign? Like,
I'm just so exciting. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah. Sleepy's so exciting.
With my monotone voice.
Yeah.
And my, eyebrows. So.
You do have lovely eyebrows, yes. Video games, we talked about, we were playing college football. I actually started a sorceress in Diablo 4 because I got sick of the barbarian and how it was not good. And I hit level 100 today. Nice. I started this character, I think, 3 days ago or something, 4 days ago.
Is that your
level 100?
Second level 100
That's my second level 100 for this season. Yep, nice. Yep. And it's already like double the amount of power, it's so crazy. I hit for like double the amount of what my barbarian would hit.
Yeah,
already.
To make those barbarians work, you have to have very, very specific gear. You
do.
You know what I mean? If you don't find the very specific things, it's very hard to make, to get those really high numbers. Yep. Compared to a sorcerer, you have so much AoE damage, it's ridiculous. And depending on what you're running.
I only have 2 pieces that are crazy good. Everything else is it's not bad. It's got a couple of things that aren't correct on it, but it's I would still run through tier 100 dungeons without a problem at all.
Yeah, sure.
Usually without dying at all. So it's crazy. And then I did play the Black Ops 6 thing, beta. I thought the same thing as Sleepy.
Pretty good.
I think it feels like a lot better of a Call of Duty game. Like you said, the weight thing, it's literally it doesn't feel like you're floating. It feels like you are wearing a whole bunch of gear, 70 pounds of gear or whatever the hell it is, and you're running around trying to shoot people and stuff.
Well, it's not, you don't run into the whole diving people in front of me, across screens. I'm getting used to because I'm not used to that in any video game.
Yeah.
But there's a lot less spam jumping from what I've seen, at least in the beta. Who knows what it'll be when everybody gets on it? They'll probably be there, but if they keep the gunplay the same, I'm with Pete, it seems a little bit better. We haven't got to play Delta Force yet either, so we'll see how that is once that eventually gets the console and we try that too. Wouldn't it be great to have 2 shooter options to play, 2 FPS games?
It'd be wild, man.
It's been a while since we've had something like that because neither one of us play Battlefield 5 anymore, so we don't really have a FPS
we
that
both
we
have
play consistently.
I think I have almost 2,000 hours, and that's a lot. You have a little more than me, even then.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's quite a big number. It's over 4. So
100.
4,000. 4,500 hours in that game. So we're pretty much done. We're pretty much done with it. I don't think
I spent my time.
I would play 2042 before I went back to Battlefield 5, and I'm not playing 2042, so
I cannot stand that you even say that. You shouldn't say that out loud. God, don't tell people that.
Yeah, I could say it because I'm not going to play either game. We have moved on. So
Yep. So that's what we're playing other games, but don't starve together in the near future. We are big fans of that game. Don't starve together. It's such a good game.
When we do it this time, we got to look up the story, the story element parts. And
how to do certain story things.
Yep, do them in order. As far as doing X, actually, because we love the survival part of it, and we've done a couple of things here and there, but the survival part is our favorite part. See how long we can go, but there's a whole story to it, and you can beat the game, and we've never really messed with it or done it, so we kind of want to try that. So I kind of want to do that on a run. Even if we do it on the easiest mode, just the first try, just to give it a shot. I'd want to do that too. So
and we've also been through a full year's worth of time in the game before.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, we've gone all the way back to fall.
All the way back.
Autumn.
Yep.
We've done it before. It's not easy. It's not easy, but we've done it. So
no, it's definitely not easy. You got to do things that are crazy. Exact opposites. During the summer, you have to cool down and you get hot so easily doing anything, and then it's how am I supposed to do anything? And all your stuff starts on fire, and it's crazy. But
if you move down underground, you get killed by freaking depth worms that show up all the time. So it's not helpful. So,
well, yeah, I'm 100% down with that. I'm down with that though.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It's all good. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is you, man. This is you. I'm gonna put in some info.
I would like to mention that we have the notebook is back. I went and got a new one.
That is his WT Conspiracy notebook. He wrote it right there. You can see it.
I didn't write it there, but this is where we write notes by hand because this is the easiest way for me to do it instead of having a computer up in front of me. Brittany
so
told me
old.
I should type them and then just print them. I was like, takes way longer than just me writing in cursive that only I can read. So, okay. So, anyways, to get started with it, the thing we're looking at today, the conspiracy theory, is the theory that dinosaurs did not in fact go extinct. That they saw the extinction event coming with the meteor, and they escaped to space. They built spacecrafts and went to space to avoid extinction, and they're out there somewhere floating around doing dinosaur things somewhere else. So, you had any? Do you have anything to add at the beginning of this, Peaswad, before we get into some of this stuff?
I do. I'd like to call bullshit already. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, fun. Do me a favor real quick. Do you have your computer
sure.
in front of you? Google
I sure
and
do.
Tell me how long it takes for glass to decompose.
What?
How long does it take for glass to decompose completely?
Okay. I'm going to be put onto a list, aren't I?
No,
Glass
no.
can take
Just
up to 1 million years to decompose in a landfill, but some say
Perfect.
it doesn't decompose at all.
Okay. See, so there's some of that
So-
right there.
We'll see, I guess.
We'll see.
It's people just making guesstimations, I
They're
guess.
guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of the prevailing facts. We can go ahead and start at the beginning. Well, before we start this, what's your favorite dinosaur? Everyone loves dinosaurs, so this is a good subject. What's your favorite dinosaur?
Actually, it's the same as my wife. My wife and I have the exact same favorite ice cream and dinosaur, which is
Okay.
crazy. We found this out very early in our dating, and it was like, oh, God, we have to get married. It is the Brontosaurus, a.k.a. the Brachiosaurus.
Okay, that's a good one.
Brontosaurus. Favorite dinosaur.
And I'm curious what your favorite ice cream is because you mentioned that. So what's your favorite ice cream?
Ben and Jerry's fish food.
Never heard of it. I'm a strawberry man.
You are the oldest young person in the world.
Strawberry ice cream man. If I eat
I'm going to drink my IPA and have me some strawberry ice cream.
Yes. I don't even know what the name of my favorite dinosaur is. It's the little bitty ones that are like the size of chickens that run around and bite people's feet. And then
Compies?
Like, sure. Like the little ones. Like
Isn't it like Compassaurus or something? Compy.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
Compy. Compy. Enter. Google. The Compsognathus. Yeah, we're going to stick with Compy.
Okay, yeah, that's my favorite dinosaur, the little annoying one. So, okay,
Is that why you have a little annoying dog too?
That's Brittany's dog. My dog is.
Oh.
You can kind of see him in the background, over there, in the like
Ooh,
the
Big
edge of the
Oak?
picture. Yeah, he's way over there. He's
Oh.
taking a snooze on his bed next to.
I just can't see him from the angle that I'm looking
No,
at. You know,
next
that's the
to
only reason I
Tiny
say it.
Elvis's next to Tiny Elvis's frog. So he's just kind of hanging out
okay.
over there with him. Anyway, some of
The
the prevailing.
toys, Tiny, the toys!
Don't say that; he'll hear him, and then the room will be covered in toys. He's in the room actually. Tiny Elvis is in here.
Yeah.
I couldn't get him to leave, so whatever.
That's his dog. That's his dog.
See, you ruined it. It could have been a mystery. Like, who the hell's Tiny Elvis?
It's
Okay,
his
but anyways, some of the prevailing facts, like for advanced civilization, it says here, if advanced civilization existed 65 million years ago or longer, like that long
Sure.
ago, there
Sure.
wouldn't be much evidence left. Because as you said, when you looked it up, glass, they say, decomposes in 1 million plus years.
Up to a million years.
Up to plastic. After 1,000 years or so, it typically decomposes.
Sure.
Same would go with like steel. Pretty much anything organic that they would have built or used would be gone after 65 million years anyways. People say, well, there's no evidence. Well, there wouldn't be. In 65 million years from now, there's not going to be any evidence probably that we were here except for maybe fossilized
In 1,000
skeletons.
years,
Yeah,
like
you
it'd
know
be
what I
hard
mean.
to see. It just looked like our cities and stuff were just like weird hills.
And to be honest, we don't know much outside of the asteroid impact. We know like it hit, and then it caused the problems that it did, and the issues, all that other stuff. But we don't really definitively know, like, all the dinosaurs died. We weren't there. So it's if you're just
It's all guesstimates.
yeah, if you're just splitting hairs here, yeah, we have fossilized dinosaurs. There's fossilized early mammals and stuff, not from then, but later on.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean
there
that
still
stuff
is.
happens. So who knows if they all died? It could just I'll put it in perspective. If we found out tomorrow that that there is a asteroid hurtling towards Earth, and they're building spaceships to get people out. Do you think they're inviting me? No, I'm getting left behind with everybody else.
I would invite you and your family if I was building a spaceship.
Are you?
Oh, no, not yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay.
That's in the third act.
Okay, well, let me know if you get that information and decide to, because like I'll pitch in. I'll Venmo you or something. I'll toss something to you. If we're gonna build a rocket ship,
send me $28. All right, thanks.
I'll send you $33. That'll be good.
Oh.
Okay. A lot of times, and I was reading this too, and I thought this was kind of strange. But then I tried to read more into this, and I couldn't really find anything. But anyways, the rock strata timeline, kind of like the layers and like the time periods. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You can see the sediment deposits where it's like different colors and stuff.
Right,
if you were to cut the earth.
A lot of people that asked the stuff I looked up said that's kind of questionable. Like I said, they used an example of I'm not gonna be able to pronounce this right. The coelacanth fish. Fossils were found in a certain area of the strata column, but disappeared in like the younger rocks and like the other versions.
Okay.
So they said, okay, this fish is gone. It's probably extinct.
It's dead.
They found it. It's alive. It exists in the Indian Ocean still.
Jesus. Okay.
You know,
like
so
just one. Like there's just one hanging out. Like
I guess they did show a picture of just one. I didn't see any more, and it was a cartoon picture, kind of. So
what? Wait. How do we know if it's real or not, and if it's actually alive?
Well, because the internet told me it was. So obviously, there's at least one of them in the Indian Ocean.
I told you about the story about Abraham Lincoln.
You did.
We don't trust the internet. We don't trust the internet.
I've read this in multiple places though. So okay.
So
it could be okay. And it's not like I was like on. This wasn't like a coelacanth fish like fanatic website where they're like super like they're alive.
Think about it.
Yeah.
I miss them so much.
But anyways, so they're saying like maybe like the sediment record or column could be not 100% accurate at all times, you know, so that could be part of it. Something else that I was reading about, and this can kind of go to either being kind of proving it or disproving it, is the intelligence level that would be needed to deal with this problem. I mean, first of all, you would need to be intelligent enough to recognize the need to identify that that's a problem. To be able to understand, okay, there's an asteroid coming, we have to get out of here, and then you have to have a plan. You'd also have the intelligence to conceive the idea of just space travel. Like that that alone is difficult. Like think about 100 years from now, 200 years from now. I mean 200 years ago. That was kind of a tough thing for people to wrap their minds around, was space travel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because at that point, everyone, you know, the Bible said
200 years ago,
the Earth is only
couldn't fly.
Yeah, like, you know, the Earth was only X amount because the Bible said so, years old, this and that. But we'll get into more of that type of stuff here in a little bit. You'd have to be intelligent enough to create the materials to build a spaceship. Well, to build the materials to then be used to build a spaceship. Then they'd have to be smart enough to be able to either live in space for an extended amount of time, or to be able to find a new planet. Which both of those things, you know, we can live in space for extended amounts of time. It would seem on our space stations, but as far as finding somewhere else, it's not really anything we've been able to do. So let's see here. But the only other argument for that is, you know, dinosaurs were around a long time. You know what I mean? A lot of them were.
Oh yeah.
With the theory of evolution, all you need in the theory of evolution is time to make something work.
Yeah.
So,
that is true.
Dependent on the amount of time. And
humans have been, like, if you think about this too, like, within the past 100 years, we have like gone ham. We went hard in the paint
compared to where we were.
Like humans, like, because there was so long that it was like, okay, we have bows and arrows and swords. That was the weapons, you know.
Hey,
like
come check out my mud house. Like, it's super cool. You know?
And it was like, hey, look, I made this gun. And it's like, okay, cool. And then it was, hey, look, I can shoot now at 1 billion rounds per second, pretty much, you know? And it's like, that was in like 100 years that we did that. Maybe a little more than 100, but still,
Yeah,
that's
'cause
still crazy.
All you would need is
And you're
time,
talking about
is what they're saying.
millions of
They
years.
were around for millions of years. So, like, all you need for evolution to work and for things to evolve is time. And they had plenty of it. So, who's to say, I know that they, during, like, when they do they have the fossils and this and that, and they say, oh, their brains were this size. But how do we know that their brains function the same way as ours? That you don't 100% know. You know what I mean? There could have been, I don't know. Like it's beyond my capability of thinking. Like to try to say how a brain would work compared to like ours, like and how it would be wired and work, so they could do that with it being in such a small space. Like, I don't know.
And you think about it too, like intelligence is not the size of a brain; it's the wrinkles and stuff in it. Like the connections to different areas and the synapses and all that stuff. So it's like, even if the brains were smaller, it doesn't mean that they were completely just dumb as rocks.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. And if you kind of look back at
right now?
Well, no, yeah. What do you got over there? You got toys?
Oh, no.
You got a couch?
Yeah, I got toys
cool.
and a couch behind me, yeah.
I've got you can't see anything in mine. You can see a TV on a wall, I think.
Yeah, there. I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, you can see it over there.
I've seen that TV in real life.
And also there's, let's see here. There's another thing. So now we're going to kind of move. Those are kind of some of the facts that I found, which the next stuff that we're going to talk about it's kind of facts. Well, facts. Let's very heavy quotations. That's some of the information I found that could possibly prove that this is real. So facts is being used very
I know
loosely.
That you're going to put a disclaimer up.
Very, very loosely in this episode.
You were getting us YouTube struck through the they're going to check out the video and it's going to be like below. It's going to be like the algorithm's going to be like, this isn't real. Like, don't take this with a grain of salt. So, we know it's not real.
Yeah, we're aware.
Okay.
Anyways, so the next stuff I'm going to talk about is going to be like kind of the stuff I found where it's kind of like, okay, well, this is some of the reasons why maybe people think this, or this is why, these are some other reasons why, like it would be, disproved, which
sure.
probably pretty easy to disprove, but we'll go through some of them here. And it was at this point that Sleepy's audio and video cut out because he is crazy good at managing technology in his life. Just an absolute wizard of the arts of getting things figured out. So the next 10 minutes of hilarity and banter is gone into the void. All of the work that Peas and I did for that 10 minutes, completely gone. But the stuff that we covered during that time period isn't gone. I actually have it right here in the handy dandy notebook, because this is, when you keep notes and you go back and listen and figure out where things cut out, you have a good idea of when you need to start over. So real quick, I'm just going to briefly go over solo by myself on my couch the stuff that was missed. that has gone into the void forever. So the thing we were going to go over was evidence against the dinosaurs leaving Earth and venturing off into space. So evidence against no visible space junk in our solar system. Scientists say that if they had a space program and they were doing all this stuff, such as us right now, there would be stuff left over that we would be able to find or see. No existing satellites. That kind of goes into space junk. No evidence of close planets to support life. That more goes into, there's nothing that we found in our solar system that has an atmosphere or water that could be, usable water, I would say, that would be able to support life, which you have to have oxygen, you have to have air. Dinosaurs have to have all that from what we can tell. Let's see here. One other thing that was mentioned is if the technology dinosaurs had existed, that could have taken them from Earth, the amount of technology you would have to have and be as far along in science as you are. Why didn't the dinosaurs just destroy the asteroid with something? Like they wouldn't have to just leave if they saw this event coming. Let's see here. And then one guy stated that even if they did escape 65 million years ago, Like, that's a long time. They're probably dead anyway, so why are we even worrying about this? Who cares? Which is true, because that's a really long time ago, and they would most likely be gone anyways, even if they did get off anywhere. Let's see. Fossil record on Earth, life on Earth. Let's see. Is by chance. Dinosaurs are a perfect example, and that kind of comes into, there's been, animals and things that have risen up and then died out and depleted. In this case, an asteroid hitting and killing everything. Well, not killing everything, but causing the stuff that eventually would kill everything. Not everything, but you know what I mean. And that's pretty much it. And then after this, you're going to hear me go into and try to keep struggling along to explain why dinosaurs may have left Earth. I'm going to mention Ronald Breslow and his dinosaurs and a book he wrote about dinosaurs on Venus. So, see you guys back at it. Bye. And then on top of that, we could do. Let's see here. The earliest book that I could find that had to do with dinosaurs, like kind of being out in space. There was a gentleman named Ronald Breslow, who made what was it called? Venusian, Venutiin. Venusian was, I believe, the name of the book. Okay. Because at that time, they did have kind of telescopes, and they could see like into space and see planets. And all you could see on Venus was covered in clouds. So that's all you could see. So once they saw that, it's like, okay, well, what makes clouds? Water vapor. Water vapor makes clouds. So underneath, if there's tons of water vapor, it's probably a swamp. If it's a swamp, there's going to probably be dinosaurs. That's the way of thinking back in like the late 1800s, apparently.
Sure.
So they, so he wrote this book about this explorer who went to Venus with some princess, and they're fighting dinosaurs, and they're this and that and around there. But as we know, after, once science evolved, Venus is not habitable. It is very hot. There's no liquid water. Anything but like
there's
that.
There's like liquid metals because it's so hot.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very
crazy.
Very hot.
It doesn't even have like a hard surface, I don't think, does it?
I think it's Uranus that doesn't have a hard surface.
Ew, you pervert.
Well, the planet. Pretty sure. Maybe Venus doesn't. I don't know. You can Google it. I don't have a computer near me, so I don't know.
I will. Does Venus have a hard surface? Good thing I can type 900 miles an hour. Yes, Venus has a solid surface, but it's not a place you'd want to visit.
Yeah.
Because it has volcanoes and mountains. Oh, God, look out. I'm going to add something in on this, too.
Okay.
Have you ever heard that the city of Teotihuacan?
Never heard of that.
It is the Aztec capital city.
Okay.
And there are pyramids that are there. And according to Aztec history, they've all stated that the pyramids were there when they arrived there already. So they just like built around it.
Oh, that'd be convenient. So you're
saying
it
really would, but like still
dinosaurs, probably. Dinosaurs built the pyramids.
There are people, not joking either, that do believe that the dinosaurs helped to build the pyramids. I don't know how chronologically that makes any sense at all, but...
I mean, they could. I mean, because you think about it, like, how could a T-Rex do that with his little arms? But, we weren't there.
Yeah,
maybe he was a lot. Maybe he was a lot better at it. Like, I don't know.
Maybe T-Rex did have short arms, and they're just really misidentified.
Triceratops didn't walk on all fours. Maybe they.
Maybe. Maybe Triceratops. Yeah. Yeah.
Really good. Really good with a miter saw.
Of course. Of course.
But
what proof would we have that they're not?
We don't. That's the thing. Like, I mean.
Unbelievable.
No, like a miter saw would be dissolved by 65 million years from now, right?
Yeah.
So, and then as far as and that's like the earliest book I really could find, like talking about it. That was like really popular. There was.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. If anybody in the podcast was watching and they saw my camera shaking, or they heard like a sound just now, that 100% was my cat itching her face for forever. She just kept going, and it's like, so. Oh, sorry if that's
No, but no. But as far as that goes, it's just that's really all I could find on the subject.
Yeah.
This was a tough one because there wasn't a ton like the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a little bit more difficult to do as far as finding. Obviously, the evidence against is easy to find. The evidence for that took some digging as far as that goes. So, do you have anything to add to this one?
Wait, you have more to talk about still, right?
On this is all I had.
Okay, cool. I do.
This is literally all I could find.
I do have a couple
on my side as far as doing mine.
More than likely short things that we could talk about with this too. Sure. Have you ever heard of a thing called the London Hammer?
I have not. What's the London Hammer?
Okay, it's also known as the London Artifact. It's an iron and wooden hammer that was found in London, Texas. That's very confusing. In 1936, and it's literally like an older looking hammer. It's a hammer, and but it is embedded in stone, like it is like a part of the stone.
Right.
And I don't know how the hell that can happen unless that's potentially an ancient tool.
It's got to be.
That's a dinosaur tool.
But if the dinosaurs were leaving the Earth, well, I guess maybe these aren't tied together, but they still need hammers. Don't you think that they would have something better?
Well, yeah, that's probably why they left it there. They're like, we don't need this.
Yeah,
just leave it right here, and then
leave this here.
It fell into tar or something, and then it became part of it.
Sure, that makes sense. I can get behind that idea.
Yeah,
that dinosaurs left all their hammers behind on Earth when they left.
Well, and people don't realize that, like, with the dinosaur stuff, like, retreat is on outside right now. The go to sleep, everybody sound at the military bases scared the hell out of me.
That's fun. They're talking to you specifically.
Yeah, they're like, shut up and go to bed. Okay, so what I was saying is people are like, oh, we got dinosaur bones. People realize though ours are not bones, right? Like
right. All of the
none of the dinosaur
organic
bones
material's been replaced by sediment, rock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not at all a bone because bones deteriorate the same way that everything else does. So, I mean, if you think about it, like, what if the only things that we find for dinosaur bones is, like, dinosaur graveyards? And that's it. Why would you have, like, we don't have a whole bunch of, like, tools laying around in graveyards. We have the graveyard, on, like, some headstones. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So, or, like, the random one or two dinosaurs you found, that was a dinosaur that was murdered and then buried under, like, something in somebody's backyard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's tragic. You should take it more seriously.
Yeah.
For the dinosaur murders 65 million years ago.
Yeah, they threw him in the tar afterwards, and it was like, I got you, weak ass.
But I don't think I can give, if I were to go ask Braden that question, or any of my kids, they probably wouldn't realize that.
No, and it's definitely a misconception for a lot of people is that dinosaur bones are bones. No, they're not. They're rock. It's like when you make Christmas cookies, the ones that you use the shape cutter out thing. The shape cutter out thing is what the dinosaur was. And then the cookies would be the rock stuff that would be formed there, and we just pull it out.
Fill into it.
Yeah, over millions of years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we got to think about that, because everything else is deteriorated. Everything else is gone. So who's to say that they weren't a higher being that we even realize?
That's what I'm saying. It's hard. Like, we can say they weren't smart in this and that because obviously birds evolved from dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Can we agree on that? Yeah,
Yes.
we can all agree on that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, and they kind of look at them on how their brain structure works and I guess how smart they are, and they kind of, I guess, equate that to a similar intelligence level to dinosaurs. But I don't know if you can 100% tie that together. I mean, obviously they did evolve from each other, but, there were so many different types of dinosaurs and this and that. They could have been a very early type, and they just haven't gotten there yet. So, like I said, it goes back where I said it's hard for me to wrap my brain around even trying to, I'm not what the hell would you call it? I'm not a brain scientist, Peas. I don't know how they work.
A neurologist?
So that's probably what it's called. Probably sounds better than brain scientist. No, actually, I like brain scientist. I'm not a brain scientist, Peas. So
I like to say.
Who am I to say? What?
I like to say.
Who am I to say?
I'm not a brain surgeon. I'm not a brain surgeon. Okay. Oh, wait. Rocket surgeon. That's what it is. Sorry. I'm not a rocket surgeon.
Yeah. I'm not one of those, so I don't know. If you're a brain scientist out there, be sure to send us an email on how
why and
on how the dinosaurs could be so smart. And go ahead and crack this whole thing for us. If you could just figure it out
and let us know.
Tell us how the dinosaurs were so smart to leave, and then birds aren't as smart.
We'll give you a shout out on our podcast, of course. Brain scientist people.
Yeah.
If this works,
publish
we're
your
going to be
work
so
on
rich.
WT Conspiracy.
We're going to be so rich if this works.
Well, we're not. Who's going to be rich?
Oh.
We're going to steal his work. He can have his work.
Yeah, I mean, people. If we tried to steal it, people would be like, all right, go ahead and tell us the name of it. And he'd be like, my for sure. You know what? I can't even do this.
Can't even pronounce it.
Can't pronounce what it's.
Word.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, all right, never mind. Just joking. Ha. Okay, so another way that dinosaurs could have gone into outer space. You ever? I think you and I talked about this earlier today. What did we talk about?
Oh yeah. The asteroid, when it hit, there's like a certain area away from the asteroid, like it's called I don't know, it's like a golden zone or whatever, where you're far enough away to not be incinerated, but you're not far enough away to not be like lifted. So what they say is that and scientists and the people have said is like, if we ever go digging around on the moon, there's a chance that we could find like remnants of dinosaurs like on the moon, because it could have the impact could have thrown some dinosaurs up into the air and they could have landed on the moon, which the odds of that are astronomical. I would have to say that if they're already saying this, that they might know something that they're not telling us. They're just already trying to cover their rear ends.
Yeah, that's what's on the dark side of the moon. Dinosaur bones, somehow.
Dinosaur bones, and their whole like probably civilization was that's what it is. They're on the dark side of the moon, and that's probably
that's it. Right? Just they're on the dark side of the moon.
The dinosaurs literally, they're like, well, why would they go to the dark side of the moon and then not just immediately come back? You know what I mean? After there was an ice age.
There was, but I mean,
they don't do well in cold.
Yeah.
Well, they'd have heaters. If you're smart enough to live on the moon, you're probably smart enough to heat a house.
It's only logical.
I would assume. Maybe they weren't. Maybe they were. Maybe they were very specifically smart in this one area.
Yeah, they're all.
And they couldn't do anything else.
They have so many astrophysicists and stuff, and it's like, all right, we're going to space, and they get to space, and they're like, it's so cold.
Yeah, and then they get there, and everybody's like, does anybody know HVAC?
Oh no!
They do HVAC.
Only us smart people, not that guy. Oh no! Like, damn it.
So maybe that wouldn't make sense. They would be there because why? Because you didn't escape. You just kind of went to the moon, and then after it hit, you could just come back.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't make sense. So why wouldn't? That's part of the theory. Then why wouldn't they just do that? Because the moon was around 65 million years ago, right? If it's real.
Yeah. If it's real. Yeah. Let me look that up. Hold on. Dinosaur shot into space. When was the moon formed? This whole podcast.
When was the moon invented?
It's just me Googling stuff. The moon formed approximately 4.5 billion years ago. So, yeah, it was there.
Yes, it was around.
It was around.
It was there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Another thing, too, that was in my notes that I forgot to mention is they said if the dinosaurs were smart enough to be able to just leave, like build all this stuff and just leave Earth if they wanted to, they probably would have been technologically advanced enough to just get rid of an asteroid that was hurtling towards them.
You think so? Yeah.
Without having to use a crack drilling team from the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, with a Steve Buscemi and a Bruce Willis. Who else was in that movie?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck was in there.
Yeah.
Who else was in there?
Greg.
Steven Tyler.
He wasn't in there. He was.
Well, he had a song.
His daughter.
It's kind of the
Liv
same.
Tyler.
Being an Armageddon, asteroid destroyer is adjacent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can get credit for it just for kind of being around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that would make sense. But yeah, that would make sense, don't you think? Don't you think they could have just gotten rid of it if they had enough technology to just to pick up so many people and leave? You could just blow it up, right?
I would think so. But then again,
you weren't there.
I wasn't.
So.
I wasn't. And I mean, it could be one of those, like, we can try to blow it up a lot of times and it's just going to still just be in the pathway of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going so fast and so blah, 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 inertia and physics and stuff like that, Then they do the whole calculations because they're very smart dinosaurs, and then they figure out,
with their thumbs.
No matter what we do, with their out their thumb, no matter what we do, we're screwed. Good thing we have these giant ships and we can just leave. And they're all, like...
Well, that's the theory, is that they would have seen this coming, like, hundreds of years in advance.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, seen it coming, because they were already that advanced, with technology, that they already saw it coming. Like, okay, well, we're just going to get all this built and just leave beforehand.
Yeah. They were like, all right, we'd like to leave this Earth anyways, because we polluted the piss out of it, just like we did. Just like humans will do in the...
You know what I just realized?
What?
You know what there is an entire Rick and Morty episode about this.
Wait, what?
That I've seen. Yeah. Talking about this. And the dinosaurs come back, and you got to look it up and watch it. They end up coming back.
Episode.
I don't remember what it's called, but it was like a whole episode based on dinosaurs leaving and then eventually coming back. I haven't seen it in probably a year or two. I should have watched it for part of the research. That's where we get our research from, is Rick and Morty episodes.
Yep.
And I get all of my daily event news from the Ted Baron.
Represent the Ted Baron.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Rick and Morty. Jurassic Mort.
Yeah, sure.
Jurassic
That's
Mort.
probably right.
I don't know.
I don't recall seeing any other dinosaurs, any other things, but
it's in season 6,
you should watch
episode 6 is what it says here too. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have anything more than that to add to
I don't really have anything.
this.
So what do you think? Do you think the dinosaurs escaped to space on the other side of the galaxy when our solar system was over there, and they're living happily in a Dyson sphere on another sun?
Well, no, because I don't know how the timeline would work for this, because depending on how close they are to depending on how close you are to a black hole, time is different. Mm-hmm. And also how fast you move also dictates time as well. Mm-hmm. Like, it changes time. The closer you get to the speed of light, the more that it messes up your time in general. So I don't know, man. Maybe, like I said, my theory is that dinosaurs evolved, continued to evolve. They went to outer space, and now they are the unidentified flying objects or aliens that people see. That's what it is. It's got to be.
Well, I'm real big on, there being like factual evidence to show, hey, if something happened, that it did happen.
Yeah.
So there's not really anything that we have that says, hey, this did happen. So you can't, you know what I mean? So there's nothing to prove it on. But, we do have the fossils saying, okay, well, they did die, this and that. But there isn't anything, like I said, beyond kind of the sediment record and this and that. And we weren't there. You never know 100% what happened. We weren't there.
Yeah. We can only go off of the fossils that we found, and also off the fossils that are available. How many millions of dinosaurs were there?
I'm more concerned about this one coelacanth fish in the Indian Ocean. I'm gonna look up more on. I want to know if there's like more of them, or they just found like one.
It's the one.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just one, and then somebody drew a really bad picture of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of those things out there, and like especially in the ocean. But there's a lot of things out there all over the world that's like, oh yeah, this thing's been extinct for X amount of years, and then it's like, oh no, there was just one right over there.
Oh, never mind. There it is.
Like shoot, just the other day, if you look it up on Google, there are no bears that live in Illinois. And I'm in like
none?
southwestern.
Not one?
Nope. At least not registered to live in Illinois. But it's like bears are
registered to live in Illinois.
It's a citizen, of
pays taxes.
Yeah, exactly. He's a good guy. But yeah,
good to hear.
I live like kind of near St. Louis, Illinois. Mm-hmm. And right very close to my house, there was a bear that people took pictures of, like kind of like standing in the cornfield and was like, what you want, fool? Like in one of the pictures, it was like ready to fight somebody. And the other one, it was like, oh, I got caught, but it's still like there are multiple pictures of this bear near this area that I live in. And yet no bear species live anywhere near here.
There's not supposed to be bears.
Nope.
Yeah. It's got like the one random alligator.
Yeah.
Or crocodile, whichever one we get up in North Georgia once a summer that's on the news that somehow made its way up the Chattahoochee River.
Yep.
All the way up here, so.
Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's yep.
Down here, around the Chattahoochee. I know the song, I just refuse to sing it.
Why?
I'm not doing it.
Why?
Because it's not my place to sing Alan Jackson songs on the internet. That's somebody else's
classic.
job.
It's a classic.
He was a tree. He's like 6'4", 6'5".
Oh, I was like he evolved from trees, or what the?
No, he's just that's what I call tall people.
Oh,
They're trees.
yeah.
These trees walking around out here.
He looks like he's a tall dude,
I mean?
little tall and lengthy.
I literally just found out this. Somebody told me this like within the last year. I just thought he would look like not super tall. I guess I never paid attention to the stuff around him.
Right. Right. Like, wait, why is he taller than that stop sign? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. So, but as far as this theory goes,
I don't believe it.
The dinosaur escaped into space. You can't believe it because there's nothing to prove it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is a lot of stuff here that's,
We put a lot of evidence forward.
Yeah,
to help
there's a lot of stuff
to
here
prove.
that would be like, hey, they could be, but then the rest of it is, there's a lot that says no. Kind of just like common sense.
Also,
common sense would
no.
I've gotten pretty far in life on common sense, and that would dictate that this isn't real. So I'm just gonna go with my gut and my common sense and say this probably isn't real.
I kind of said that. What I say is, I think this is bullshit already in the beginning of the podcast.
Well, yeah. But like I said at the beginning, dinosaurs are a very interesting subject. Like, you look at kids. Kids love dinosaurs. Adults love dinosaurs. There are tons of movies. Tons of our culture. A lot of our movies and entertainment and stuff. So why would somebody not just decide, hey, they probably went to space, and then post some more things or send it out here and there, and people are like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That'd be fun. Yeah. Dinosaurs in space.
Yeah.
Think about it. It'd be a great movie. Are there any space dinosaur movies?
If there's not, then today is the 3rd of September, 2024. Sleepy and Peaswad are going to write a movie about dinosaurs in outer space. So don't take our idea, mother brothers.
Boom. Somebody's going to steal it.
Wait. Time out. Everybody who's a listener, today is September 3rd. What happens tomorrow, Sleepy?
Oh, God. Here we go.
What happens tomorrow, Sleepy? He hates this.
It is my birthday tomorrow.
He hates it.
It is my birthday tomorrow.
Just like I hate it. I hate it also.
Yeah, it's my birthday. I'm going to be an age. So I'm going to be 39 tomorrow. So I'm going to be a 39-year-old person who's a year away from being 40.
Oh, it's so sad because I turned 39 in January. So I'm a little older than Sleepy. Like, we're still born in the same year. But
yeah.
Oh my God, man. I'm 40. It's gonna be
almost.
Yeah,
you're getting there.
Yep.
You're closer than me because you're old.
I hate you.
Yeah.
But Sleepy acts like he's double his age. So there's that too.
I do. I have notebooks and
there's so many things we could be like, yeah, old man, yeah.
There's lots of things, Look at the other episode we record. I have 2 laptops that are just hooking up both monitors because that's a hassle.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
I like to take good care of my yard, so there's lots of just little old man things I'm starting to develop, I guess.
You can hear him talk excitedly about how his yard looks, too, and it's so ridiculous. Such an old man.
First of all, I put a lot of work into the yard. So, there's a reason. There's a reason why I talk about it. So it took a lot of. Mm-hmm. Well, I just mow and weed eat it. I pay a company to come spray everything on it that makes it look nice.
But you worked at your job to pay for that.
That's true. I do.
So you did.
I do.
You worked hard for your money.
Right, and then they come out and spray whatever they spray on it, and then my grass is nice and green and grows without weeds in it.
Secret sauce, whatever the hell that is. So yeah, we don't believe it.
No, this one's probably not true.
Cool.
I am gonna look up this fish though because I am super curious about this.
Next
fish,
time, give us
so
an
we'll
update about that fish.
Yeah, I'll make a note.
There you go. There you go.
Here, hold on. Let's just, since we're about to be so old, let's just.
All right, wait.
Oh.
Time out. Are you left-handed?
No, I'm right-handed. It's just your thing is looking at my right hand.
Oh, okay. Because the angle and everything, it looks like you're writing with your left hand, and I was about to be very disappointed.
Colleen, because this fish? Question mark. I didn't spell that right at all. But you.
You look great.
Yeah.
For those that can't see, since this is a podcast also, he has pushed his glasses halfway down his nose and is looking at his paper like a very old man.
I'll tell you something Brittany hates. When my glasses are just like regular or like they're a little bit down and I do this, I look at her over them. Oh, she makes me mad. She hates it. She's just like, because we knew this older guy a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Used to, I used to work with him and this and that, but he would always do that when you're talking to him. He would always just
look at you over the
face
glasses.
down, just like look at you over the glasses. Oh, and it's just like Brittany equates it. She equates it with like just super old people. She's like, stop, do not do that. And I do it all the time. Half the time I do it, I don't realize I'm doing it though. Is the thing, it's just like
so old, man, so old. Well, yeah, let's let's hit the stuff on the way out, and then we'll save the stuff. So, if you haven't already, we are at WT Conspiracy on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. WTConspiracy@gmail.com. Also, these videos are up on YouTube and are up on like 12 different streaming podcast platforms, so you can listen to us or watch us in many ways. So, with that being said, excuse me, there's the burp. I always burp. I always yawn and burp every episode. I've done both now. Yawn about 20 times. Our next episode will be episode 20, The Majestic 12, which is very exciting. Sleepy does not know anything about this.
I have really anything about it, so it'll be fun to research.
Yep, it's gonna be interesting for sure. But yeah, so if we didn't do a good job this time,
maybe we will next time.
Boom. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Got it right.
Bye.
Record this damn.
Oh my God! I should have cut it off earlier.
No, that's why I waited later so you could cut it off.
I'm not cutting it off, just so you know.
Oh, good.